Hey guys, this is the general reading for Sagittarius for October 2018. It's kind of late, so you could apply it to the early November too, but I'm going to try to do a November reading for Sagittarius as well. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any significant Sagittarius in your chart, or if you're guided to look at this video, or if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarius. Also, you may want to look at, of my other videos, your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any significant placements in your chart, and any of the other videos you're guided to, if this doesn't resonate, or just for a more complete picture. Some, none, or all of this may apply. Don't apply it if it doesn't fit. Don't take any of it if it doesn't fit. Just take some of it, just what applies. Apply it to your life as necessary. I can read it for one thing. I can read it as love in its career or a project. I can read it. This is the soul journey one, so I'm going to try not to aim it at love. However, you guys' soul journey stuff is going to be kind of hard not to, because that's what a lot of it is wrapped around right now. But we're going to try to aim at soul journey, evolution type stuff. But anyways, if I read it as one thing, it may be another, or I may be reading this as you, and this is what you're experiencing with somebody else. Just apply it to your life as necessary, or don't apply it if it doesn't apply. I have updated most of the information in the description box below, so check that out. If you're interested for private readings, that information's in there. My email address is in there. PayPal information's in there. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. I put out different types of videos. I'll also go forward in the next, going here on out, whoever has the most likes. So like or dislike the video, whatever. But at the very least, like and subscribe and hit the bell. Also comment. If somebody blows it out of the water with comments, then I go off that too, just because of the effort that was put in or the interaction. But leave your comments anyways. I really like hearing, how it resonates or your story or whatever. But absolutely share, promote the video, especially if this video helped you in some way. But thank you so much for everybody who leaves comments, likes, shares, subscribes, all that stuff. Emails me, gets services, private readings, donations, just the interaction even with the channel. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much. I think that's it for now. So I'll get started. Sagittarius. We're going to have to, I'm not going to say we're going to have to talk, but I understand. But at the same time, for a lot of you guys, what is it going to take to move you guys into what you're wanting to do? And some of you might be stuck because of other situations or people keeping you stuck. But for the most part, most of you, this is yourself that is keeping you in this situation. And it's the same situation that keeps coming up for you guys every single time. At first, when I laid the first few cards, I was like, oh, did this take a positive spin? I don't think so. You've got a lot of things here about learning your lesson. Where you are sitting in the central position is you have the King of Cups. So you could either be trying to be balanced emotionally and mentally. You could be trying to be loving still, yet keeping your emotions protected and closed off in the meantime. Or you could have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces around you that you are not walking away from. This is what's crossing you, the Eight of Cups reversed. So either you are blocked off, which I'm sure you are, and or this person also is. If you have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, King of Cups could be any of them. It could be any sign, really. That's just the energy. But especially Scorpio, King of Cups is. And, you know, this cup in particular is holding a little crab. So they might either be crabby or really just walling or shelling themselves off. Or the emotion, they're pretty much blocking off their emotions from you. Because, I mean, it's like the cup of love he's offering or holding up is one that's shelled and blocked off. And the foundation, the more distant past, you have the Six of Cups. So, very soulmate type relationship. It brought you pleasure at one time. He obviously wasn't so separated from you. He, she. You guys used to play and interact together. In the recent past, you have the Hierophant card. So maybe some level of commitment, marriage, tradition, organized structure, way of doing things. I think this is also you because he's sitting in front of a tree, and a lot of times tree like plant spirit medicine. A lot of people that actually got significant downloads were sitting in front of some pretty well-known trees, like that trees communicate with you. You might, I'm not saying you were sitting in front of a tree, but you might have actually got, you know, an idea or a key piece of information either in your own thought or something that came from you. Maybe that was like in your last video where you guys were collecting information and you got a key piece of information. Telling you something that you want to do, maybe pertaining to this commitment or marriage or just whatever. In your thoughts, you have the moon reversed. So, secret, this is the information that you either learned or figured out. And clarifying that, you have the Scythe, I think it is, Scythe or Scythe card with the marriage, marriage card. Wanting to cut out this marriage commitment, whatever it is. Just to let you know before I go too far, a card that wanted to come out for you guys as I was laying them out was the universe. This is the world card. So not only a completion of a cycle, but learning a lesson. Whenever you complete a cycle, you have learned the lesson. And you have two cards about, actually have more than that, about learning a lesson. In your likely future, you have the King of Wands. So this could be somebody else. I don't know if you are interested in someone else, but at the very least, this could be you. And this is you taking initiative to jump over this block or barrier that you feel is keeping you here, keeping you stuck. To clarify that, you have, you know, the Heart or Lover card, the Moon, and kind of like a Tower reverse. So, not wanting, like you, literally as this card is showing, you breaking free and exiting this situation. But it's weird because if you look the way, not if you look, but like from my point of view, they're going towards each other. So these could both be you, but if it's not, and this is somebody else in your environment that you're not walking away from, it's just kind of weird that they're facing each other. Like, are you playing tricks with yourself? Is this an illusion? What's going on? Or are you trying to break, or are you telling yourself you're staying there, like telling yourself the illusion that you're trying to break through the barrier of whatever they're providing to you? Like, because they're holding on this cup of a crab in it. And just if you try a little harder and put a little bit more intensity and a little bit more work and a little bit more passion and a little bit more creative ideas, you'll be able to break through that wall and that shell. That's not the way it goes. But it could be you also leaving the situation, because the energy at the end of the deck is the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Making the decision to break free and do you, and that's the same Ace of Wands that he's holding in order to get over this barrier. How you see yourself is the Three of Swords. Sorrow. You're just thinking a lot and in your head, and lonely, really. She's by herself, just not feeling good in your head, which you could be because you're not feeling good or in your element. You could be your opposite element is an air element, so make sure you're not getting too much in your head. It's good to balance and evolve to your other side or sign or element, but not too much. What's in your environment or how others see you? And I think it's kind of both. You have the Fool reversed. I guess I'll hold them up. You have quite a lot. The Fool reverse, Princess of Pentacles or Page of Pentacles reverse, and the Chariot. And then also Princess or Page of Swords, and Two of Wands. Again, here's your wall of fire. So obviously not starting on the new beginning. Not moving forward. So somebody else could be doing this and keeping you stuck, but they're just verbally like wah wah wah, or kind of immature speaking, and they're building this wall that's keeping you in, which is true. You're probably going back at them and also looking at this, like this is you looking at the wall that they built, that in your likely future you're going to be jumping over and freeing yourself from. Figuring out a way to do that. Because that's what you're trying to do. Like, and maybe even this other situation sees you doing that. I don't know. But in your hopes and fears, and again, this is a lot of cards. So I'm just going to tell you what they are. I'll show you some, but for the sake of time, I'm not. The Six of Wands. 10 of Swords, the Empress, Three of Wands, Princess of Cups or Page of Cups, the Death card, Prince or Knight of Swords, and the Strength card. So, could be a fear too. Maybe you fear all this. This is not ideally what you really want. But you're really wanting victory and to just end the situation, end the mental anguish, give yourself back abundance, hopefully financially be okay in this, but just to feel good and on top of things in life again. Because you've really been waiting for this person or situation to, in a way, for lack of better words, grow up. Or really be able to be there for you in this King of Cups way. Not necessarily this person, but that evolved emotional, mental, emotional balance type person. Maybe even lower their guard towards you. And you've been waiting for that to end. But, you know, you're realizing that it's not, and you're not only realizing this, but you might have figured something out, either just that within yourself that you need to end it, or learning some secret or piece of information and taking action and maybe even speaking your truth on that you're wanting to end it and having the strength to do that. In your likely outcome, you have the Magician. So, again, this is not necessarily what's going to happen. So don't listen to these readings and be like, yes, yes, every month. Because you've got to work through your blocks and do the work to make this happen. These are energies. These are possible outcomes and everything based on these energies that I am reading. So if you keep every month not doing it, this is just every month going to say the same thing. Maybe it'll slightly change and just see you giving up. To where you either need to do something or change your perception on this issue if that's possible. But not completely, but to a large degree, your world and your reality right now, you are in control of. So I hope you guys aren't kind of sitting in a poor me kind of attitude, or there's nothing I can do about it, which you do have cards showing that it's somewhat out of your control, or there's nothing you can do. And it's absolutely not true. There's a lot of things here indicating like figment of your imagination. Like, I really hope you're not playing tricks with yourself. Exactly, like the Magician could show too about like a magician. Like they put on a show. Illusions. But really putting an ending to this situation, or changing it somehow. Yeah. Like you're taking action. I just hope, I don't know. I know everyone's situation is different, so some may take longer than others. And not only figuring out how to do it, but there's other factors involved. You know, maybe kids, or your own fears, or money, or blocks that you have to work through, whatever. But this is all within you. I'm not sure if you tried to leave and, you know, this person brought you back or kept you kind of stuck. But again, that's all you. You're really stuck in a phase. You know, you might really be trying to be dedicated to this and not just cut it out. But you're really stuck in a phase. You know, this is all about cycles, things coming to an end and new things beginning. And then you have stability, but under that containment, like you just feel stuck in this situation. And stability is about doing things in a steady, smart manner. Like, don't just go crazy or whatever. Like, this is going to take a lot of work, and I know you know that, and I think it's showing that's one of the reasons that you are still here, is because of how much work and effort and heartache it's going to take on your part. And this card does indicate slightly being detoured from your path. So it could be this person or situation that detoured you, like maybe you said something and they did something to pull you back, or you just tried and it was really hard, or something didn't go your way. But it's about bringing yourself back to your plan, back to what you figured out, back to what you wanted to do, and stay chugging along on that road. Don't go too fast. Don't, just not think smartly about it and just race forward. Be stable about it and be consistent through this long haul of this journey that is going to be to get yourself out of this. But if you're, kind of methodical and steady about it, you will get through it. Don't go so fast or get so fired up and that fire just burns out quickly to where it ends up turning against you, and you just keep staying stuck in this situation because you burned your fire out so quickly you weren't able to persevere through this. Maybe that's part of your cycle that you have to learn, is more of a consistent or perseverance type energy. So I'm not sure if you kind of get a thought and then you fire out quickly, or not fire out, but yeah, clarifying the cycles card, you have the World card. So walking away, the Eight of Cups, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles, which I also see as cycles. Just keep working on it, and you keep working and doing something, and that's another thing too. Like, if you're putting all your energy into something that is just running you up against this wall, it's going to deplete your energy. You're not going to have enough energy to give to get out of this situation. You're not going to learn your lesson. Where are you putting your energy? Like, literally, seriously, guys. Where are you putting your energy? Watch, and then like the Ace of Wands came up. Watch where you're putting your energy. Are you putting your energy into things that are depleting you? Are you putting them in patterns, into ways in the past where you're like, either just, well, as long as I'm here, I might as well try to make it better. I mean, I'm not saying to be like mean or rude about it, but just find little ways to preserve your energy. Don't keep trying to make it better. Don't go out of your way for someone else's attention or approval. Watch if they're purposely triggering you, or sometimes people aren't even triggering you. Sometimes you just, aren't knowing yourself enough to stay in a non-emotionally reactive way. Maybe that's something you really got to look at. How emotionally reactive are you getting? Are you flying off the handle to some degree? Are you wasting your energy? I get a vibe here that it's not just this person, that you guys, or situation, that you guys are literally doing something. There's some type of cycle here that is keeping you stuck, not only in the hoping, not only in the fear and the what am I going to do, and maybe the tradition of it, but what do you keep cycling and putting into this too on your part of this dance, that is keeping that illusion going and also keeping your energy so low. You're like, I'll do it later. I just don't have the energy right now. Maybe you did something in the past that, you know, you regret and you feel like you've just got to work really hard to make that up. I don't know, but you have, as some of your oracle cards, a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. I want to be a queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. Create your own happiness regardless of the situation. Manage to be glad, like watch your energy. Uncertainty, choose who you will become. Never jam today, promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. Follow your own good advice. What would you tell others to do? And realize, like literally write on a piece of paper, if somebody was in your situation, what would you tell them to do? That's what you need to do. That applies for you too. Even if you don't want to, even if you think it's not fair, even if somebody's just not seeing things from your perspective, and you just keep working and working and working on trying to show them your perspective. For the love of God, if you could just see the things the way I do. Stop trying to show somebody your perspective. For one, maybe try to see things from their perspective too, but just stop trying. The energy that's going on here is a very resistant energy. Yeah, keeping up. Immense effort, advance. Like, you think something's not fair because somebody's not seeing things the way you are. And if only they could see things the way you do, things would get better and you wouldn't have to keep up this much effort. There is an illusion going on here. There is something you're not seeing, and this person or situation may not also, but you keep doing things and sizzling out, I feel, and then rewriting your plan, covering up those errors, and just re-going at it, just draining your energy. For one, if this person doesn't see it your way and they're not trying to, let it be. You can't control, manipulate, or change this situation. Just do you. Doing you will either show them that balanced mirror and they'll make that decision themselves to try to see things from your point of view, or you guys can let this go. I get it. It may be fearful to do that, but you're going to have the energy to now do things in your life where you feel good, or be able to find somebody else who is more on the same page as you. Use your time well. Stop wasting your energy. Belong to your own dream. Create what you want. Set your course in what you want to do. Look closely at what you're doing. You know, I know this is all about the unknown, and you're going to have to find out who you are, but there's a lot of repetitious ways going on here. And eventually you'll be on the other side, and you'll be able to look back and be like, whew, it's over, but also it was a learning experience. I wanted to see why you guys weren't, like, what exactly was going on, why you're still here. And I got the Nine of Pentacles, ripeness, Eight of Cups, letting go, the Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, fighting in isolation, which you need to just trust. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, which if you look underneath this, well, I'll tell you what it is. You have fighting, isolation, trust. This person is falling. They're just letting go and trusting what's happening, and they're falling to healing. The Tower, just letting it all happen and accepting this positive change that comes. What change? The Six of Wands. And after that, you have the Lovers, Three of Cups, celebration. Basically breaking, and then suppression, and breaking through that. And coming to balance on your own. And going on your own journey of transformation. Or maybe it'll help this situation, but you're not helping it with what you're doing now. And this new beginning, but in order to do that, you know, here's the devil energy, conditioning, like, again, the world card, completion. You know, this is also breaking away from patterns for you. Some parts of your pattern are keeping you stuck in this. And so I wanted to see a little bit more about this Nine of Pentacles. And what came up for this is the Moth card. So I didn't understand at first. I was like, just help me understand the Moth card. And you got Umbrella. You got the Hag. You got the Bee and the Stump. And then the Axe. So let me show you this before I get into it. How much work it's going to take to cut this down and cut it apart. The moth is very much about, I mean, think about it. What do moths do? Moths, if you've got, I mean, it's about transformation too. But if you have one of those like zapper, fly zapper things, I don't know what they're called. Or lights even. A moth just keeps being drawn to the light. It just keeps doing the same. It's like, it's almost like it has no control. It's just drawn to the light. You know, drawn to doing the same thing over and over again. It's like something about it is just drawing them in, and it's just alluring. You might be in a narcissistic situation too, because they draw you in, and they're very full of illusions, but something just keeps drawing you in, and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're still in your patterns. And there's very much a lesson here that you need. And this umbrella is very much, again, about protecting yourself from something out of your control. So maybe you feel like you have no control over this situation. So in a way, it's a hindrance, but in a way, it protects you. Because you have a lot of fears. What is it protecting from? Fears. Maybe work and money. Also love. You might have fears of money and love. Maybe a lot of things that you're overextending yourself to also, that you're wondering, can you do it alone? And it's going to be so much work to end this. It's just in a lot of ways, like, you're like, can I really do this on my own? Can I even be alone? Can I handle all these responsibilities on my own? You've got a lot of things and blocks of fears coming up here. And, you know, the Ace of Pentacles is about maturity and a new beginning, but fighting with your own inner demons. Maybe you and this person do a lot of fighting, but this is also within you. And you just really don't want to be alone, financially or emotionally. Yeah, in the coin too, financially. I just feel like it's a matter, maybe you feel like it's a matter of time. I don't know, but you're really stuck, and there's a lot of blocks coming up here. Maybe you even, you know, don't want to let go of the institution of marriage if you're married. But it's going to be a lot of work. Let me look at something. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work. You have the garden and the gate, journey, caring connection, hostilities, So here's the garden and the gate. Like, she's created all this stuff inside. That's great and all, but all she keeps thinking about is wanting to leave and go outside of this gate, taking that risk to do that. And then she has journey. She's walking away from something, this connection that at one time possibly came across as caring, but now it's just a hostile situation, and she's walking away from it. And you having the strength to do that, and if you do, it will bring you healing and happiness and balance. And to be honest with you, because it came up somewhere else too, it might actually even bring you the connection you desire, whether it's with this person and they realize they're crap and get it together, or whether this is somebody else. Either way, it's a man holding a heart and an angel of love. So I mean, it could be who you're with now and have a family, and they, like I said, they get their stuff together and realize what they're losing, and then you get what you wanted, but by learning your lesson and standing up for yourself. Or it's somebody else who brings you the happiness that you wanted, that this person or situation is not bringing to you. I don't know if I can find out who or what this is because it's a general reading. But it's the Ten of Cups came up before, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. I mean, you'll have your choice of suitors, but I highly recommend that if this person comes back in, don't just give in too easy, and, you know, stick to yourself and make them work for things and work to prove things to you, but don't fall into old habits. You've majorly got some blocks, and I feel like a lot of codependent tendencies, that you are very dependent on love or things in a certain way, that you'll either accept things easily back from this person because they're showing you the attention you want, or you're going to find somebody else with the same energy in a different face if you're not if you don't do this self-work. You've got quite a bit of self-work to do here. You ever reveal your truth. Time to reflect. Embrace spirit. Also about the staff one. Don't let a temporary diversion from your path stop you. You're back on track, so keep going. Be firm in your convictions and commitments. Don't let others divert you from your truth and beliefs. You've come a long way, so don't give up. Keep going. You're almost there. So, you know, reveal your truth. Say and do what you really want and reflect on that. And then you have love without condition. And this card pretty much means, again, like you had up there, what advice would you give others about a situation like this, and what would you tell them to do, like people that you care about? And know that that advice also applies to you. Care about yourself enough to know that that level of self-love and caring also applies to you. That is not just for other people, not only because you love them and maybe you don't love yourself enough, but you know, a lot of people give the best advice because they know they don't have to deal with a lot of the fears or blocks or repercussions from it. But when it comes to them, they don't do it or don't have enough courage to. I hope you guys do. I mean, especially for a sign like Sagittarius. You know, I mean, you're just really made for that. And for spiritually higher things, and not to be held down like this. But I don't know, to be such a sign of freedom and fieriness, and independence, and feel like you're so locked down and stuck. I mean, that must be a huge block within yourself, and it starts on a spiritual level, and then it goes mental, then it goes emotional, and then it goes physical. It will literally manifest blocks in your physical being, so I can't imagine what that's doing. Let's see if they fit. Alright, so we're going to read 2 stories for you real quick. I normally only read one, but they both kind of fit. So, first you have Fox, which is about camouflage. Wily Fox has many allies in the woodlands, including the foliage, which offers protection and much medicine. Fox is seemingly able to vanish amidst the lush undergrowth of the forest. This flora is Fox's ally. The ability to meld into one's surroundings and be unnoticed is a powerful gift when one is observing the activities of others. Another natural gift of Fox is the ability to adapt to winter by changing color, like the chameleon. Its rich white winter coat allows Fox to blend into the snow when the leaves no longer linger. Fox medicine involves adaptability, cunning, observation, integration, and swiftness of thought and action. These traits may also include quick decisiveness and sure-footedness in the physical world, kind of like that stability card. Fox's ability to be unseen allows it to be the protector of the family unit. If danger arises, Fox is Johnny on the spot. The great spirit of Choctaw Tongue honors Fox with the duty of keeping the family together and safe. This is accomplished through Fox's ability to observe undetected without making others self-conscious. Fox is always concerned with the safety of family members and is an excellent talisman for those traveling far afield. If Fox has chosen to share its medicine with you, it's a sign that you are to become like the wind, which is unseen yet is able to weave into and through any location or situation. You would be wise to observe the acts of others rather than their words at this time. Use your cunning nature in a positive way. Keep silent about who and what and why you are observing. In learning the art of camouflage, you need to test your abilities to pull this off. One test or exercise that may help you is deciding to be invisible. In doing this exercise, you might try to visualize your body as part of your surroundings, full of colors of the location you are in. See yourself in your mind's eye, moving with stealth and grace, unheeded by others. If you do it right, it works. You can leave a party unnoticed or become as unobtrusive as a piece of furniture, watching the developing drama of the subjects you are studying. While learning from Fox, you might also gain confidence in your ability to know instantly what will happen next. After observing for a while, you will become aware of a certain predictability in given situations and be able to quickly make your move. Fox medicine teaches the art of oneness through its understanding of camouflage. This applies on all levels, from rocks to God. With Fox medicine, you are being asked to see all types of uses for oneness. Much like clowns at the rodeo, Fox can keep the raging bull from stampeding a friend or family member. They can also use silly tactics as a brilliant camouflage move. No one could guess the sly power behind such ingenious maneuvers. And then you have Mountain Lion, leadership. Mountain Lion can be a very difficult power totem for you to have because it places you in a position to be a target for the problems of others. You could be blamed for things going wrong or for always taking charge when others cannot. You could become the perfect justification for the insecurities of others. Absolutely. That's what I was saying. I feel like a narcissistic situation in this. Mountain Lion medicine involves lessons on the use of power and leadership. It is the ability to lead without insisting that others follow. It is the understanding that all beings are potential leaders in their own way. The use and abuse of power in a position of influence are part of this great cat's medicine. By observing the graceful pounce of Mountain Lion, you will learn how to balance power, intention, physical strength, and grace. This relates in human terms to the balance of body, mind, and spirit. The giant feline never wastes energy. Remember I said, don't waste your energy. It only kills what it needs for survival. The female lion is the hunter who graces her table in a style akin to Mother Energy. If Mountain Lion has come to you in dreams, it is time to stand on your own convictions and lead yourself where your heart takes you. Others may choose to follow, and the lessons will multiply. If you have pulled the card of Mountain Lion, you may be asked to review the purpose behind your personal beliefs. You may need to discover whether or not your plans include a pride of cubs wanting to be like you or share your dreams. If you are already a leader, stop. If you are already a leader, the question may be whether or not the time has come to push the cubs out of the cave. If you are aligned with cat medicine, you are considered to be king of the mountain and never allowed to be human or vulnerable. The pitfalls are many, but the rewards are great. In assuming the place of power that Mountain Lion affords, you must constantly be aware of keeping peace. However, you can never make everyone happy unless you lie to yourself or others. This is human nature. Therefore, the first responsibility of leadership is to tell the truth. Know it and live it, and your example will filter down to the tiniest cub in the pride. Responsibility is no more than the ability to respond to any situation. Panic is not part of this sacred medicine. So, I mean, you might really be protecting, kids if there's kids in this family. Also, like I've said before, think about what message you're sending down. What do you want them to see? But maybe you feel like you have to be there present in order to protect your kids in some way. Like maybe if there's visitation, are you not going to be present? Is it going to cause them emotionally or mentally or financially, or what are they going to think about it? Or are other people telling you that you should stay in this because it's what you should do and just work through it and you can make it better and you're in a marriage and this is what you're supposed to do, and you really having to look at your reasons why and what that means, and do your beliefs still hold up the best thing for all? And what do you really want to teach your kids? Maybe it is to teach them to be loyal through a situation, but you do have to stop and reflect. What are you really teaching your kids, though? Let's go on a little thing about kids, because there was a lot, both of those had kids involved. Loyalty, that's great. That's a great virtue. Loyalty to bad situations, unhealthy situations, that's not a good virtue. loyalty to everyone else but yourself, that's not a good virtue. Because even if you're not saying it, and I know I've said this before, even if you're not saying it, your kids pick up. Kids are not mentally evolved. There is a thing called cognitive development. They don't know how to rationalize things out when they're younger. And I know, yes, you're like, well, that's why it'll make it hard. We'll stay in this till they understand. Their most impressionable times are when they're younger. Kids do what they see. They don't do what you say or any of that. And they sense the energy actually more than you sense their energy, because they are like emotional sponges. Even if they don't understand it or know it, they're feeling it. What do you want them to see? There are ways of protecting them. Like if you're really that worried anyways about, you know, their safety, whether you're able to be there with them or not, like there's ways around that. Maybe that's part of the information you are collecting, is to give yourself enough information to where you can protect your kids not going over there, whether it's legit or not. Hopefully you're not just being disgusting about that and using your kids as pawns, or planning on using your kids as pawns. I'm not saying you are, but if you are, don't do that. Your kids are not pawns. As long as both are loving, they deserve to see both of their parents, no matter what. But maybe something is wrong and you're trying to collect information to make it to where your kids are protected. Or you feel like you can't provide for them. Whatever your reason is. I just really urge people to really look at things, and because either way, kids are going to deal with stuff. It's just, what are they going to deal with, and what's their lessons in this life. You can't protect your kids from their lessons in this life. Not most of them, actually. Most of the time, parents are just vessels, and you teach them the best you can, and also acknowledge that your kids also teach you. As a parent, your job is not just to teach your kids, it's also to learn from your kids. But really pull yourself out of this illusion and look at what you're teaching your kids. And what patterns did you see as a kid that now have you in this situation that you're continuing on? And look at the illusion of, are you really sending the message you're intending to send? Are you? Like, really ask yourself. And also, what is best for you? Because if you're not up to par and you're not doing your energy and you're not loving yourself and all of that, there's really no way you're really being there for your kids. Even if you're physically there, you're not there. Like, there's no way you can if you're, like, barely holding on yourself. So, anyways, if you don't have kids, or if you do, it doesn't really matter, but you guys really have a lot of thinking to do on this. Please preserve your energy and stop wasting so much of your energy on stuff, especially trying to fix somebody else who doesn't want to be fixed. Take that energy and put it into yourself, and if you have kids, put it in your kids. Start to preserve your energy. Start to love yourself. Start to work on yourself so that you can either have the energy to get out of this situation or to show proper things to your kids. Or when you do get out of this situation, you're more balanced, so you attract the frequency of somebody that you really actually, want, that you're wanting with all this. Or there's a possibility that if you're not getting, contributing to that push-pull dynamic in this relationship, and you present a balanced mirror to this other person or situation, you're giving it its best chance this actually will change. But as long as you keep doing what you're doing and they keep doing what they're doing, nothing's going to change. And sometimes you can do it just by changing your actions, and sometimes a more drastic action needs to be made for somebody to really know that you're serious. And that doesn't mean going right back either. That means like doing your own thing for at least 6 months to a year. And this person also has to do their own thing for 6 months to a year. Like on their own, legit, maintaining. and no crap along with it. See who they're really about. See who they're really going to become. See who you're really going to become. Yes, it's work. Yes, it's hard. But it's a hard work type thing that actually gets better. What you're in now is a hard work type thing that does not get better. Even if it starts to level off and you're like, well, we're not doing this and this anymore. Or, you know, oh, well, we realized our fighting was affecting the kids, so we don't do that anymore in front of them. It still dies. The energy just still zaps right out of you. Your creative energy goes, your happiness goes, your zest for life goes, and all the years that possibly are good for you. And then when your kids leave and do their thing, you're just like, what now? Like, I don't know. Like, you get what I'm saying about all this. Like, you guys really have a lot of thinking and work to do, and you are stuck in a cycle here, and there is fear and something about you guys just doing the same thing over again. And I feel this energy like you guys are reactive. Like you're just reactive or reacting and not thinking about it, like this moth. You know, they just see the light and they're just drawn to it. They're just boop, boop. Like really start to pull back and harness your energy and look at yourself, reflect, look at your actions, think before you act. Respond. Don't react. You know, like just start to do some work and look at yourself. I think that's it. I'm going to end it here. I think I've covered everything. I love you guys. I hope this helped. No judgment. I hope you guys do advance by the next time that I do a reading. But no judgment. I understand. You know, life's hard. Things are hard. Just try to look at this pattern before life shows it to you. Because it will. And with that, it's a lot harder to stomach and work through. Then you got a lot more stuff to deal with. So, but again, no judgment. You know, keep your head up through all this. And my biggest advice: watch how you're responding to things. Stop giving your energy away. Preserve it and keep it on yourself. Maybe your kids, if you have kids. But also stop offering all your energy and your thoughts and your projections onto this person. Please start to look at yourself, because there's so much about yourself that you're missing in this, and you're either just going to keep cycling, or you're going to go back to them, or you're going to find somebody else with a different face of the same energy. You're really not looking at yourself. So, I love you guys. Keep your head up. Keep your fiery nature. Just ground it a little bit. Don't be so, you know, whatever, reactionary, like I think you guys possibly are right now, because you're hurt at the same time. And just keep going forward. Don't stop. But like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you're interested in personal readings or uncovering more of these blocks, or seeing what your possible blocks are that are keeping you stuck with this, or maybe some best methods to where you can work out of this, or seeing things from a different perspective and help with that, inner child work, shadow work, whatever, or just to see if this is your energy, what is this other person doing? Are they going to get better? Are they not? You know, just whatever, all that stuff. Hit me up for a personal reading. You can look in the description box below for information about that, or any of my other services. So, I love you guys. I'll be seeing you soon. I'm going to do also, check out, I'm going to do it next, the Sagittarius soulmate reading. So I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.